My name is Wet Magic, and I currently have over 3,500 hours in Vermintide 2. I have been playing regularly since 2019. I own all the DLC and have personally communicated with members of the Fat Shark dev studio on multiple occasions. I live, sleep, and breathe Vermintide. It is by far my favorite game out there. But just because I enjoy the game doesn't mean that you necessarily will. I want to use my experience and my knowledge of the game, the good, the bad, all of it, to help you, the consumer, decide for yourself if Vermintide 2 is worth your money. So without any further ado, let's get into the review. Right off the bat, I will just say this. Vermintide 2 is not a casual game. Similarly to games like Warframe that have a decent grind, Vermintide 2 is a second job when you're starting out. Leveling all 5 characters to 35 takes a significant amount of time, but learning the weapons, enemy movements, and various other mechanics is its own kind of grind. Don't even get me started on the reroll system. However, if you have some patience, Vermintide becomes incredibly rewarding. You will see yourself improve exponentially at your own pace. The 5 main difficulties will force you to be the best player that you can possibly be. On top of that, the combat is wildly fun and addictive. If you enjoy intense horde combat, I guarantee that you will like Vermintide 2. Chances are, if you're watching this video, then you've probably set your sights on, or at least heard of, Warhammer 40k Darktide. This game has been highly anticipated by Warhammer fans everywhere, and just so happens to be made by Fat Shark, making Vermintide 2 the perfect game to play to prepare for Darktide. The fast-paced, first-person melee and ranged combat are something both games have in common. Both games also feature a Left 4 Dead style 4-player co-op. So if you simply can't stand waiting for Darktide, Vermintide 2 could be the perfect thing to hold you over until then. You also don't have to be a Warhammer fan to play Vermintide 2. While it is set in the End Times universe, this game features a wide array of incredible voice acting and a really nice soundtrack. Vermintide 2 was my personal introduction to anything Warhammer related, and I picked up on bits of lore that interested me simply through the in-game dialogue. I actually would go out of my way to research some of the stuff that they were talking about, just because I found it really interesting. Vermintide 2 has 3 main DLC expansions that you can buy. First is Shadows over Bogenhafen. This DLC unlocks 2 maps, the Pit and the Blight Reaper, as well as various cosmetics, hats, skins, and weapon illusions, and some quests that unlock portrait frames. The second DLC is Back to Ubersreich. This expansion introduces a few new weapons and illusions. It also unlocks 3 new maps, Orna Magnus, Garden of War, and Engines of War. But that's not all, folks. There's a 4th, secret, unlockable challenge map called Fortunes of War that this DLC gets you. Back to Ubersreich is, in my opinion, the best singular DLC that you can buy. The third and final DLC is Winds of Magic. This is the most controversial expansion. It introduces a new enemy type, the Beastman, 5 new weapons, 1 new adventure map, Dark Omens, a separate game mode called Weaves, and the 5th and highest official difficulty, Cataclysm, can only be unlocked by owning Winds of Magic. Honestly, Winds of Magic could be its own super long video, because it really hurt the game when it came out, and the devs have had to work very hard to repair the relationship with the community since then. Thankfully, the content does go on sale quite often, so for this particular DLC, I would suggest waiting for a sale, as it is a bit more expensive than the other 2. That being said, the main things to get it for are Cataclysm and the weapons. They have also released 4 DLC careers so far: Grail Knight, Outcast Engineer, Sister of the Thorn, and Warrior Priest, all of which are pretty affordable and easily worth picking up in my opinion. There is also a free for everyone DLC called Chaos Wastes. This expansion introduces another separate game mode to Vermintide 2. Chaos Wastes is a roguelite adventure experience where the heroes journey through the wastes to get to the Citadel of Eternity. Along the way, you'll collect a ton of different boons to create fun and random builds. You'll fight grudge-marked monsters, which are either a cakewalk or a serious challenge depending on your build. There are also various trials to complete, which will reward players. The idea behind Chaos Wastes is to keep the game fresh and add replayability. It's been updated a few times, and in my opinion is a really nice change of pace from the main game. So as you can see, there is a ton of content jam-packed within this rat-slaying simulator. The art style still looks great, and the gameplay is fantastic. There's a lot to like here. Not everything is perfect though. There are some bugs, some functionality issues, but honestly, they're few and far between. I would say the content for Vermintide 2 is a lot more good than bad, but ultimately the decision is yours to make. So what do you think? Is Vermintide 2 worth your money in 2022? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from everybody what you think about Vermintide 2, whether you're looking to buy or already own it. What do you think? That's it for me, guys. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to this channel, leave me a comment, possibly even leave me a like. I also have a Discord server with nearly 1,700 people in there. Wow, that's a lot. And we play Vermintide on the regular, so if you're trying to make friends, come on down and join. Links are in the description down below. Later, guys.